Hey everybody, we're going to get started here in just a minute. Today we're going to be looking at the Ranger class, and this is something I expect to be similar to a Hunter, but it is brand new. I don't really know what we're going to get into, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now what I find interesting is you may choose a race of your choice, right? I chose the typical Dark Ranger look, which the closest would be a Blood Elf. But you start here in the Undead area, and this may not be the exact same progression as you would find in the typical WoW game, but I do find it interesting that as a Ranger, this is where you're going to start. So you're going to grab a quest from Mortal. You can see here it's to slay Dusk Bats. And let's take a look. So we have two abilities to start with. One is Quick Shot. It takes 30 focus. Focus is what we're going to be using to use our skills, or consume to use our skills. As you can see, it requires bow and crossbows. I'll say that over here in just a minute. Bow and crossbow. So not guns, which is very specific to Rangers, I guess, versus a Hunter. Now, there are no typical classes in the PTR servers. It's all the new classes that they have built. And then of course this is just auto shoot, which will continue your range attack until you turn it off. So we go here and we hit once per second. You can hit this 100% damage plus 1. Now, I don't know if that's going to scale up eventually. It seems to be very similar to this shot, except you just get an extra one in addition to standard bow shots. Now you do also start with 2 blades, and let's go ahead and take a look here. These are the Pathfinder's Falchion, or Falcon, but it's Falchion, I think. So you get 2 of these, which is great because they're absolutely showing that this is a dual wielding class. And then my trusty bow. You also get Ranger's leather garb, which is this outfit here. Not quite the Dark Ranger look that I would have expected, except there might be a reason for that, because you can arrange to have a look that's a nod to the Dark Elves by purchasing it in their shop. And we're going to see that a little bit later. I have purchased it and sent it to myself here. I just have to find the mailbox, and then we can see what that's going to look like. Your Quick Shot ability now grants an archery point. Other abilities consume these points to gain potency. Let's move this somewhere else. And let's take a look at what this is talking about here. So this generates an archery point. It actually also... I didn't know there was lyrics to that song. Okay, so this is going to add weapon damage plus 2. Now I'm level 2, so maybe it's weapon damage plus level is the formula. And this requires 25 focus. Shoots a powerful arrow dealing 17 physical damage, generates 3 focus, and increases damage by 30% for each archery point spent. It doesn't actually say it requires an archery point though, but let's find out. And there's our archery point there. And it does in fact spend it, although it doesn't say it in the tooltip, unless I am just being exhausts archery points. It doesn't say how much. All of them. Speak of the Shadow Priest Sarvis at Death Knell. Ooh. Okay, now if I do this, it's supposed to just sync the collection. And it looks like it already has, so that's good. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So this is the Dark Ranger's disguise, and if you use it, well, I guess in this case nothing happens yet. Let's go ahead and see if I can find a way to make it work. Yeah, it's just being annoying. If you could go away anytime now, that'd be great. This is actually a vanity item, I'm fairly certain, so Ranger. Now I should be able to make this work with anybody. This is an appearance, Control Alt click. Cosmetic set meant to be used with the transmogrification. You can see what cosmetic sets look like in the Vanity Collection. So if we go here and we go to Sets, we go to Ranger, we can just put that on. Appear in valid spots. I don't know why they're considered invalid. Apply the rest. So an upgrade to be certain, but why does this not allow for it? Maybe it's just because they're beginning gear and you can't transmog them, but good news, the basic set comes with an upgrade. So let's go back to character and there's that full row. The transmog for the quiver and the gear. The other thing that I was looking at is this here. So let's deliver that item. Already known. That does not help me at all if I cannot find it. Why do I have two spalders? I'm not crazy aware of how to use all of these systems yet. I'm still learning. Okay, that's the quiver, that's the gear, that's the disguise. Now the disguise is supposed to turn you into so you look like a dark elf. Okay, incarnations, no. Sets, we already did that. Cosmetics. Alright, well, let's add this and Dark Ranger. Ah, okay. So these are just alternatives. Spalder or shoulders. They look exactly the same. Well, I'll figure out how to do the illusion later. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the class has to offer. No, the race on Azeroth has suffered as much as our people. Ranger. To laugh in the face of death has become second nature for all of us. So this seems in line with the typical undead beginning, except we have Fellsworn here, Sun Cleric here, and Blood Mage over here. Rune Master, another class I'm interested in. I'd like to see what the Sun Clerics do as well, but we'll get to all those in due time. Death Guard Elite. Be on the lookout for evil. Right, so fully charged, that took half of south. Not a bad beginner. Starter to a combat. And you can move while charging it up, or doing the duration. What's that? Cast time, I suppose. Strange that it's mostly stabs that are falling as loot. A new ability, Wild Strike, 35 focus. It's an instant. It's melee, requires one-handed melee weapon. Strike an enemy wildly with both weapons for 11 physical damage with each weapon. Alright, well that seems like it's going to be useful when they get into close quarters. There does seem to be quite a lot of capacity here to height, however, so how often will that be needed? Trainer. I'm tired of hunting bats and other lesser game here in Daphne now. I wish I could run away to Brill and hunt some darkhounds. Are you headed there by chance? Let me give you some tips and promise to bring me back some darkhound meat. So I have to come back here. Clarice. Being a ranger is more than just picking up a bow or fighting from the cover of the trees. Being a ranger at its core means you have a profound connection to the ones you are its protector. Except my falcon fellow to scout the surrounding areas, but he has not returned. If you're a ranger, why don't you look like one? I guess you could be any race, so you don't have to do the dark blood elf thing. Please find him and direct him to return to me. Can do. Let's kill some more of these guys. Marla Fitz lived with her husband Samuel before the plague, but when the plague came, Samuel succumbed and joined the Scourge's ranks. Marla was spared an undeath, only to die at the hands of her now mindless husband. So strong was her love, however, her last wish was to be buried with her beloved Samuel. He didn't mean it. Well. This one sells for more, I guess. Spiders. So this is fantastic. I don't know how that's going to work in practicality. I don't recall this quest from the original game. I could be absolutely wrong. It's been a long time since I played Undead. But if they're adding unique twists, a little bit of extra layer, I think that's wonderful. Are there 6 locations, or do you have to wait for a respawn? Samuel's going to be up here. Those guys are going to be there. And there's a whole bunch of quests waiting for me. I'm going to turn these ones in first, grab those ones after, because they may overlap. It's always good to be efficient. Great work. So I'm seeing a different group of abilities, but ultimately a lot of them are similar to a hunter. I guess I'll go do that one next. No, it is oversimplification, but you're using a bow, you have melee attack. I'm assuming there's going to be several melee attacks possible over the next couple of levels. So rangers get pick lock like rogues do. I don't think everybody gets that. My Starcaller didn't have it. So is this a cross between something hunter-ish with something rogue-ish with the stealth and the picking locks? Because that's my new favorite hunter-esque class, if that's the case. Love a good rogue. Hunters are great, very versatile. Now, we're at level 4 here. We really should take a look all the way to level 10 to just get a basis for the class, maybe even level 20. But that's going to take a fair amount of time tonight. So I'm going to just leave it here and say this has been a nice introduction to the Ranger, which I am clearly making a Dark Ranger. And if you find this interesting, by all means, check out ascension.gg. They don't sponsor us or anything here. I just think as a free game, it's great to test out new ideas, new games, new experiences, so that we can better define what it is we like and don't like about the games we play. And hopefully that will help us continue to evaluate and evolve the games that we're a part of as a community. So with that in mind, if you're interested in checking out any of these new classes that Ascension has built, ascension.gg. It's a free to play, and hopefully I'll see you in the game. So until next time, happy gaming, everybody.